Hi Virgo, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your collective reading for self-reflection. Now, as always, with this being a collective reading, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this for yourself, please check your other placements and you're likely to find a message in there. You will find all the other placements in playlists on my page, so feel free to check those out whenever you want. All the readings are timeless with the exception of the monthly ones. But if you do come across a monthly one and it resonates for you, then it was clearly meant for that month and not the month that it was read in. Today is the 9th of November, if you do want to know the date of me recording that, and that's 2024. If you do like your message today, don't forget to hit that like button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. And if you want to hear more from me, don't forget to subscribe, and if you press the notification bell, it will let you know when I do post new content. So let's get into your reading. Spirit, can we get some cards for the self-reflection journey of Virgo, please? Can we get one more card, please, Spirit? That's too many cards. Just one more card, please, Spirit, not half a deck. Pretty sure you can find one card that will represent those when we find clarifiers as well. Spirit has got a lot to talk to you about today. That's all I can say. Right, okay. So, your overall energy, we have the world. So you are completing some sort of cycle. You're very much ending something within your life. There is a big chapter that you are closing. It might not even be a big chapter. It could be a small chapter. But it's very much that you have come to the end of something and you are very much closing that out. Ready to start something new. Ready to put yourself out there, or, you know, just take a new step into a new chapter, a new direction. Whatever that could be for you. Very much ending something. Now, the World card can also be a card of movement, so potentially you could be looking at moving. This, to me, signifies you moving forward from something. Right, now, in your current position, so what's currently going on with you? What's your biggest issue at the minute? We have the Seven of Wands in the reverse. Now, this is telling me that you're not really standing up for yourself. Do apologise, I've got a bit of a cough and a cold. So, yeah, if you just see me mute myself, or if you see the monitor jump, it's because I've paused and resumed. Right, anyway, so the Seven of Wands in the reverse, very much you not standing up for yourself. You are trying to avoid conflict, you're trying to avoid drama, but you're letting other people kind of dictate what you do. Now, the Seven of Wands can very much be you ignoring everybody and kind of doing your own thing as well. But this, it does signify that you're not engaging, you're not standing up for what you believe is right. In the upright, this is very much you standing up to other people, potentially standing up against yourself, arguing with yourself, kind of saying, you know, this is me, I am right, or this is me, this, you know, don't mess with me kind of thing. It's not saying that you're right all the time, but it's very much you standing your ground, standing up for yourself. This is saying that you don't feel like you need to do that, potentially. You may have found yourself in a position where you no longer need to fight. Maybe you've just lost the fight completely out of yourself. But you're kind of taking a step back and it's like you're doing, okay, whatever. You know, what will be, will be. You're not wasting your energy on standing up for yourself. So potentially if you've got people that are trying to be argumentative or competitive or challenging towards you, you're just leaving them to it. And you're walking away from them. You don't feel the need to engage. You don't feel the need to argue with them. You don't feel the need to stand up to it. You're just kind of leaving it be. Now, that could very much be as well that you may be letting people walk over you, or it could be that you may have had arguments within yourself where you've just you've lost the energy to fight, you've lost the energy to stick up for yourself potentially. Let's get some clarification of what this Seven of Wands could be, because it could really be any number of things. Okay, so the first thing that came out, we've got the Three of Cups. Now that came out to the side, so potentially you don't feel like celebrating. You're not sure. You want to celebrate, but you don't want to celebrate. Maybe there's too many people involved in certain things, and you're trying to cut out any third-party influences. You might not know which third-party influences to listen to. You might be spending time in isolation and deciding, trying to work out, is it time to come out of wherever? It could be that you may have felt like you've been having to compete with a lot of people, possibly friends, possibly family members, possibly loved ones, people that you would have been celebrating with previously. It could be that you're in conflict with people that you consider family or friends, and that's why you're not sure if you want to, whether you want to celebrate or not. We do have a Page of Wands in the reverse. Now, the Page of Wands is somebody that is a little bit stuck. They haven't really done much movement. It's like a journey being delayed. Now, that journey is generally something what they're passionate about. It can be some sort of, it can be a holiday, but it could just be some sort of movement within yourself. Now, the Page of Wands is also, when he's in the reverse, he's lacking that little bit of energy. He can be a bit tired. If it is something to do with people, the Page of Wands can also be a bit disloyal when he's in the reverse. So you could have things in your past that you're still getting over. Maybe there was a third-party situation from somebody that was potentially a fire sign who was disloyal. But this isn't really a love reading. This is more of a self-reflection reading. Well, it is a self-reflection reading. So yes, you could be still coming out of things like that. You could have hit the point where you feel like actually there's no point in fighting anymore. If you might have hit that realization of, if they weren't going to fight for me, why should I bother fighting for them? And it's like you're no longer feeling the need to stand up for yourself, because you didn't need to stand up for yourself. Why should you stand up against potential competition? If somebody was that much in love with you and they wanted you that much, they wouldn't put you in that situation to start with. So to me, this looks as though you may be learning some information about yourself too. Like I say, it could very well be that you've found that there are people in your energy that are disloyal, and that may have been friends, and you're trying to just stay clear of conflict. It's like you don't feel like you need to waste your energy on them anymore. We do have the Death card in the reverse, which is suggesting that you are dragging out some sort of transition. So there is something that has come to an end, but you're still holding on a little bit to it. Very much transitioning from something old into something new. So there is some sort of transformation, but it hasn't really taken place yet. But to me, this suggests that you may be aware of that transition. It could even be that this transition hasn't taken place because you've stopped standing up for yourself. That might be the case. It might not be. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have a look in a minute with all the other challenges that we've got going on in the help. But very much feeling like you're a little bit stuck, like you're trying to move forward, you're trying to have that transition, but there's just something that's still holding on. Now, whether that's somebody from your past or just something from your past, there's something that you haven't finished out yet. They haven't quite closed this chapter off, and that's why this chapter is still at the end and it's not an ace. It's a start of a new chapter. It's very much right at the end. Now, in your challenge position, we have a Tower. So the Tower is suggesting that your challenge is that something needs to change. So whether that is a relationship, a mindset, a work placement, to me, with this being self-reflection, it's very much something within yourself. So it's going to be some sort of mindset, or at least that's what I am perceiving. It could be that something needs to end because of a change of a mindset. So it might be that you might need to, end a job or end a relationship because of a mindset change. And it could be that it might not be that you need to end it. It could be that obviously there might be the transition. It could just be that you might need to elevate yourself to a possible higher frequency, doing something that is more in line with your higher good. It could even be that this Tower may have fallen, and that could be why you've got this Seven of Wands. And now the challenge is to rebuild from the foundations up, so that you've got something that's more in line with what you want, in line with your beliefs, in line with your values. Okay. Yeah, so part of this Tower then is you've got a bit of a decision to make. We've got the Two of Swords. So you may feel like you're a bit blind to the decision. You may feel like you don't know what decision to make. You might just not want to make the decision. This is very much a decision. It's a big decision. It's a crossroads. Now, to me, with all the other cards that have come out, it's a decision that you haven't wanted to take at this point in time or haven't made. And you're hesitating quite a lot about it. We have a Five of Wands in the reverse. So, again, there's something to do with conflict here. Trying to avoid conflict, trying to avoid drama, trying to walk away from something. So potentially something hasn't ended because you're trying to keep the peace, you're trying to keep the drama at bay. You're not standing up for yourself. And then we have the Fool. So very much hesitating about something, using your head over your heart, not wanting to take that leap of faith into something new. Very stagnant. So to me, it very much looks as though the challenge is that you need to make a decision. And whether it causes some drama or not, it's something that you need to do, and you need to do it for your higher good. I can see that you are very much trying to think it out and be logical as you can with the Fool. But it does look to me as though you might need to follow your heart and just jump straight for it. And like I say, any kind of conflict or drama that you're avoiding or trying to avoid, I think that's very much why things are dragging on. Because you're trying to avoid making that decision because you don't want that conflict and drama. And that's why everything seems to be dragging and going slowly. So potentially whatever this decision is going to be controversial to someone. Someone's not going to like it. Obviously you know that because of the drama that you're trying to avoid from it. What that is for some of you, I don't know. It could be internal drama. Maybe you're trying to avoid the stress and the chaos that you could bring to your own life from, or what you think might come into your life from a decision that you've been putting off. Maybe it's something from the past where you need to reevaluate certain things from within your life, and you're trying not to think about it because of the drama and the chaos that it brings in and the pain that it causes. So you're hesitating rebuilding things and moving forward because you don't want to sit and relive that drama and make a decision on it and move away from it. Now, in what you've got to help you, we have an Emperor. Now, the Emperor can symbolise a person. It can be somebody in authority. It can be a father figure. It can be your father. It could be the father of your child, a father-in-law. It could just symbolise you taking control. The Emperor is somebody who's in control of his life. Now, I say he, could be a she, could be feminine. Gender's fluid within tarot, so take it as it resonates. Swap it round. It is just personality traits, energies. But yeah, so it could be that you either need to get help from a particular person, somebody, like say, in authority, or a father figure, maybe the father of your child. So somebody could potentially help you, possibly an Aries if that's the case. It could very much just symbolise that you need to take control of yourself, possibly even giving out instructions to other people. It could be very much where... It could very much be here where you're kind of not standing up for yourself. You're not controlling your own situation. You're letting other people dictate it for you. And this suggests to me that you need to take a little bit of control. You need to be standing up for yourself. The Emperor doesn't let anybody treat him like rubbish. You know, the Emperor doesn't let anyone walk over him. The Emperor is very much in charge. All right, let's get some clarification on this Emperor. Okay, that's a lot of cards. We'll take them then. Right, so the Strength card, sorry, not the Strength. The first card out was the Four of Swords. So very much suggesting to myself that you need to take charge of your inner healing. So potentially you may have been stabbed in the back previously. Maybe there was a bit of heartache and you haven't finished healing from it. On this particular Four of Swords, we've actually got a man who's waiting to... Well, it looks like he's waiting to stab someone. In the reverse, it's obviously not. But yeah, very much a need for some actual healing to be done. Potentially some time on your own. It could symbolise that there might be some physical healing that needs to be done as well. So potentially controlling your health, looking after your own health is something that might need to be done. We have a Star card, so remaining hopeful, potentially looking to the sky for guidance as well. I say for the sky, you know, looking at your angels, your ancestors, praying, meditating, and getting some guidance that way. But also the Star as well is very much healing. So just confirming that Four of Swords energy, very much healing. We have the Strength card. So making sure that you are being strong and courageous to go through what you're going through. Because it does look like you're going through a lot. I'm not going to lie. It looks like you've got some challenging decisions. It looks like you've been trying to stay strong to keep out of conflict. But this is suggesting that you need to have confidence in yourself. You need to be strong within yourself and be brave. You know, conflict might come, but you can face it. We have a Knight of Pentacles. So making sure that you know what it is that you want and planning to go forward towards it. Making sure that you're making those steps, regardless of how long it takes. This is suggesting that this could be something that's going to be a little bit of a long journey, you know. It's going to take some time to get what it is that you want. But you need to be willing to go forward towards it. You need to be willing to put in that time, that energy. You need to be healed. And you need to take courage. And then we have the King of Cups. So mastering your emotions as well. Very much being in control of what it is that you're feeling. Giving that cup of love out to people when they deserve it. Not necessarily wearing your heart on your sleeve and letting people run riot over your feelings, you know. The King of Cups is somebody that is very emotional, but he is very in control of those feelings. So very much mastering your emotions so that if you need a poker face, you know, then you've got a poker face, because the King of Cups, he doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve. He is very much, he can show his emotions or he can keep them closed off. This is very much suggesting to me that you need to learn to control things within yourself, learn to control your emotions, learn who it is that you want to give that cup of love out to. Because you're ready to give a cup of love out to somebody, or you will be ready to give a cup of love out to someone. But you need to work out what it is that you want. You need to have the courage and the strength to go towards it. But first of all, you need to heal. Now, if you manage to get through this, if you take this help, whatever it is for yourself, and you manage to do that healing and make that decision, we have a 5 of Wands. Now, that came out to the side. So, you could have conflict. You might avoid it. Conflict's uncertain at this point in time. It's basically Spirit saying to us that you don't know what the outcome's going to be. You don't know the answer. You don't know whether you're going to have conflict or whether you won't have conflict. You know, some people may be absolutely fine. It depends on their growth as well. Let's get some clarification of this 5 of Wands. It does suggest to me that you will potentially be walking away from backstabbing. You will potentially be walking away from drama. But it's still going to happen at some point as well. You can't always walk away from it. Okay, so we do have the 5 of Cups as well. So walking away from things that are emotionally unfulfilling. Things that you may have been in a bit of depression about, from grief, sorrow, loss, regret, things that you've lost in the past. You're walking away from it. You realised that there's still things to live for. We have the 8 of Swords. So yes, you may be trapped in your head a little bit. You may be overthinking things. But what Virgo doesn't overthink? If you're a Virgo that doesn't overthink, please let me know. Because I'm a Virgo that overthinks. And I would love to know how to stop. So very much potentially keeping yourself stuck in your own head there. And that's potentially where this conflict comes from. It's your own conflict. It's inner conflict. Because you cause conflict for yourself. Because let's face it, half the time, some things we just can't let go without sitting and overthinking and overthinking and overthinking and overthinking. And then we have a 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Now that 9 of Pentacles in the reverse can symbolise a few things. It can be a lack of being independent. It can be no longer being single. It could be that you feel a little bit unstable. But I think these are the things that you're overthinking. Potentially the things that you're walking away from. Very much things that you may have been in conflict with. And I think they're very much things that they're within yourself. So very much walking away from things that no longer serve you. Things that you may have felt like you'd lost out on certain things. Maybe you felt like you'd lost a load of money. Maybe you felt maybe you'd lost a job recently, or something happened to you. Maybe you were acting a bit wild, potentially. But very much you walking away from that. And like I say, you could very much be overthinking things as well, which is where this conflict could be coming in. Because you're sitting, dwelling on things, thinking about it over and over. Even though you're walking away from it, you're overthinking, you know, what could happen? Am I still going to be unstable? Possibly, will I be single for long? How am I going to do things, you know? The 9 of Pentacles in the upright is very much somebody that is independent. They've got a lot of money. They've got everything going for them. In the reverse, they've still got all the attributes, but sometimes they're just unstable because they spend that money. And to me, this is very much of you may, like I say, you could very much be in conflict with yourself because you're trying to move forward from things that you've lost. But you're just overthinking it. So it is very much looking to me like you're going to be in inner conflict, not necessarily conflict with other people. But the conflict is all down to you. So that's why it's coming out to the side, because it could be a short conflict, it could be a long one, it might not happen. It depends on how much you think things and how you're viewing them. Right, let's get you some angel or an angel of light card, and then we'll get you luminous pathways as well to see what other messages the Spirit has got for you. Oh, Spirit's chucking 2 cards out for you. So we've got hope and celebration. So celebration then, it's time for you to look for the joy, the delight and the wonder of every day and rejoice in it. When we celebrate the passing events and transitions of life, it is our way of giving thanks and the angels delight with us. Whenever possible, celebrate with others, for then great energy is raised which attracts many angels drawn by the laughter and lightness to add their blessings. It will bond you happily with others. Angel wisdom reminds you to celebrate and honour all things, large or small, in your life. Find something to celebrate now. Your affirmation, my life is a celebration. And then hope. Hope indicates that the sun is about to come out in the area of your in an area of your life. The angel wisdom reminds you that your spirit is immensely resilient and powerful, so keep faith with your dreams and visions. Remember, the universe wants you to have your heart's desire. It is simply waiting for you to believe you deserve it before the angels bring it to you. Do your part by deciding what you truly want, then sending out positive thoughts for the changes you seek and for the fulfillment of your wishes. Ask the angels for help and they will fan the spark of potential and bring them to you. Hope is a magnetic quality which attracts the great and beautiful into your life. Affirmation, I am eternally optimistic. Okay, let's get your luminous pathways. Okay, so we've got the labyrinth and we have the rising sun. So let's get those for you. The rising sun represents new beginnings, hope and the dawn of new opportunities. When this card appears, it suggests a fresh start or a new chapter in life, encouraging optimism and trust in what's to come. And you have definitely got a new chapter about to start because you are literally just on the verge of closing one off. So the labyrinth, then let's take a look for that one. Sorry, these are not in alphabetical order in the little book. Okay, so the labyrinth represents life's journeys, complexity and discovery. It suggests a period of navigation. It suggests a period of navigating complex situations, urging you to trust your intuition to find your way through. So very much stop hesitating and use your intuition. Jump into it with 2 feet with that Fool, because the Fool's very much just following his intuition. Right, I hope you enjoyed your reading today, Virgo. I do wish you every good luck and every success with your healing journey. If you did enjoy your read today, don't forget to hit that like button. It will help pass that message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. Good luck and thank you for joining me.